What happens when we die? Is there an afterlife? Do we go to heaven? Or even worse, hell? Can we communicate with the dead? And if we can, should we? Let's find out.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of San Pedro Paranormal. As always, I'm here with my longtime friend, Carlos. And I'm Tony. And today, we were supposed to be doing the Fort MacArthur episode, the investigation at Fort MacArthur. And I don't know, it seems like something keeps on, just not making it possible for us. We were supposed to release it last week, and the air raid happened, so we weren't able to go to do record and stuff. And we went yesterday. It was yesterday, right?
It was yesterday.
We went yesterday, and tell them what happened, cause
we made our way up there to Angel's Gates, parked the car, and I was all geared up, ready to go, and we walked it up that hill, and once we turned the corner into the entrance. We were there for a minute. I set up my little stand with the cell phone ready to do some video because we're going to do an introduction right in front of the directory, the little sign there that says Fort MacArthur. We were standing there and we recorded a few seconds, but then we were interrupted.
Yeah.
I guess someone there that is, I'm not sure what they are. They're the keeper or maybe they're...
Well, they're like staff
okay,
there,
staff member.
but they're military, right?
So a staff member comes and tells that what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
We just told them we're recording and was it for a show we're doing? Did he ask for it if we were doing it for a show or not? Or
well, yeah, he asked like, "What are you guys doing?" Because we had a little small tripod set up, and so he came up to us and he's like, "What is this for?" And I was like, "What? We started a YouTube channel, San Pedro Paranormal," and he's like, "Well, you guys can't be recording here. You guys can't record any footage," and I was like, why? Well, why not?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you need to get permits
from the
city to record. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? But I see people, recording all the time. Where I've been here before, and I see people with cameras, video cameras.
Yeah, they record with the video cameras.
Recording, and then people will share it on Facebook. And I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube of people sharing their little trips to Fort MacArthur. And I doubt everybody's getting permits when you're on a little family trip to go record there. So what he said was that supposedly you could only record for personal use, not to share on social media and stuff. Huh. So I don't know, that didn't sound right to me.
That threw us off. Yeah.
Didn't sound right to me. And the thing was that after that I asked if we could at least do some recordings, some EVP recordings where we'll go in and just ask questions with no video. And even then he's like, no, you can't record it at all.
Right.
So that's kind of what
so that's even nice. You're just doing audio. You're not doing
because
video.
You can't see anything. It's not like I'm gonna say, oh, we're right here by this missile or something. It's just asking questions to spirits. So so it ended up sucking yesterday.
I think next time we have to be sneakier and not show off little stand and everything.
We weren't going all crazy. It was pretty simple.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, he gave us a hard time. I don't know if all that's true. If anybody watching, and if you're a local here in San Pedro, maybe you could comment below and let us know if this is true, that you can't do even audio recordings. So
yeah. Oh, and we're to apply for a permit too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that might.
Even to do audio recording. What am I gonna go get a permit to so I could talk to myself on a recording?
Right. So I think they're just gonna tell us just to be sneakier. Just record everything with our cell phone. Now they're so small.
Yeah,
high quality, and just put them in your pocket and bring them out whenever you need to record something.
Yeah, or just record some EVPs and just don't say where you're at.
Yeah,
because you could record. I could record myself talking.
Right. And
I guess that's what we're gonna have to do it next time.
Yeah.
But so we're sorry about that. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
But what I was talking to Carlos too about today was that I'm thinking now when we do because we're new at this. I've been doing EVP recordings for a while now, but it was always just with a small recorder, even just my phone, and I wasn't thinking of sharing it. So now that we're trying to capture video while we're doing the recordings, it's a lot more difficult than I thought. I thought it was gonna be very simple, but so what we're thinking is that when we do these investigations, we're gonna have to go to places where they're doing an investigation, like the Queen Mary, or they have a lot of ghost hunt tours in LA,
Right.
and that you could actually join a group and do recordings, and then you could share them.
I think,
to avoid problems.
Well, I think that's fun, but I think we should be a little sneaky sometimes too.
Yeah,
Try to bring
definitely.
something
I think we'll do EVPs here and there, like secretly, and just won't say where we're at, and then we'll just play the EVPs. But see, that's the thing, because I've been getting a lot of people telling me that they want to see me doing the recordings and stuff, because some people don't believe that I'm actually recording like spirit voices. They think it's me talking to myself. So now that we're trying to do this, where we're having some confronting some problems.
Yeah, and it was difficult this time, and of course we got the boot. We moved on and we went to a different part, and we tried doing some EVPs there. One EVP.
Or at Angels Gate.
At Angels Gate when we moved up there. And,
Angels Gate, for you people that don't live here in San Pedro, it's right next to the Fort MacArthur Museum.
And that was very difficult because it was during the day and there were a bunch of school kids around.
The San Pedro High School.
It's very noisy, so it was kind of hard to actually do an actual EVP there. So did we catch anything there, or are we going to talk about it later?
I mean, we did some EVPs there, but we didn't capture. I reviewed the stuff and we didn't capture anything. Okay. It's kind of hard when there's a lot of background noise. That's why I usually like to do my EVPs like when it gets darker. But then that place is kind of hard to get into because they have a lot of security. Yeah. And they're going to be like, what are you doing in the middle of the buildings recording stuff? But, so, we apologize for that.
Yeah.
But we are going to share 2 EVPs that I ended up getting a hold of.
That's great.
The first one's going to be an EVP that I captured here in San Pedro at a house that's a museum now. The Mueller house, right?
Yes,
Mueller. The Mueller. The Mueller house. And this house, I guess it's one of the oldest houses here in San Pedro. And they actually moved it. I forgot where it used to be, but they moved it down by the port. And so now you could go. I think it's open only on, I believe, the weekends. And there'll be I think there's 2 older ladies there. And they give you a little tour. Well, anyways, this EVP I captured, I had gone on the tour with my family. And that day there was nobody else there except my family and the 2 old ladies doing the tour. So, I was like, perfect time to do some EVPs. And usually what I do when we go to little museums or stuff like that, I'll stay behind and I'll let my family go ahead, with the little tour. Yeah. And I'll stay behind doing EVPs. Right. Just with my recorder. So, on this occasion, what happened was I stayed behind and I ended up catching up to where the tour was at. It was upstairs, and the lady was showing a picture of a child to my daughters, and it was like a baby in a dress, and she was asking my daughters I guess it was a little boy in a dress, and she was asking my daughters do you know why this little boy's wearing a dress? And before she gives the answer, you hear there's 2 EVPs. One of them, the first one's not very clear. It sounds like a male, and it says yes. And then right before she gives the answer to the question of why the child's wearing a dress, you hear a zipper sound, like a long zipper sound. So we're gonna go ahead and play that EVP, and let's see. We'll see what you guys think.
Okay.
His grandson's in a dress. Why would he put his grandson in a dress? Girls, would you put your brother in a dress? Well, they did that because they didn't have zippers. There were no zippers in pants.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's pretty, that EVP is, I think, one of the clear ones I've gotten. And, there was nobody else in the house. Or there was, the old ladies weren't holding a big zipper to do the sound effect of the, because the thing that she asked, do you know why the little boy's wearing a dress? And then you hear the zipper sound, and then she says, because because they didn't have zippers.
They had zippers back then.
Yeah, so
It was all just drapes over.
It was easier, I guess, to do like the diapers and stuff. But yeah, so that one's.
So you were in the room with them?
I was in the room with them.
Okay.
We were all in the same room. There was nobody else.
So
in
you
the
weren't
house.
you weren't away doing an EVP. You were.
No, I had already caught up with the tour, and so I just kept recording, and I just recorded for like maybe 10 seconds when I got up there, and while she was saying that, I was about to turn off my recorder, and then right after that I turned it off.
And it's kind of funny how the zipper sound came before the question was answered.
She asked the question, and you hear the zipper sound, and then she gives the answer.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the spirit gave the answer before she gave it.
Right.
So yeah, that's a really good one. I really like that one.
Maybe the ghost was just tired of that question.
Hearing the same tour over and over every weekend.
Yeah, but it's very, very prominent sound. Just comes up front.
Yeah.
Up front, yeah.
The second EVP that we're gonna share is actually EVP that I also captured at the Queen Mary. I don't know if you guys remember, but on the Queen Mary episode, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. There's some EVPs on that one. But on that episode, I mentioned that the recordings on my phone had been corrupted. Remember? And there's a podcaster that contacted me that I've known for a while now, and he messaged me because he watched the video, and he's like, "Oh, you lost your recordings," and I was like, "Yeah." So he's like, "You know what? Well, I still have some of them that you sent me back when you got them, which was
cool.
like 2 years ago." And I was like, "Okay, can you send them to me?" And it ended up only being one that I didn't have. The other two we shared on the Queen Mary episode. But on this EVP, you hear, this is in the changing room by the pool, and that's where supposedly they have the spirit of the little girl, Jackie.
Jackie. Okay.
Yeah. So this one, you'll hear the investigator, because the tour they give you, I mentioned this already in the other video.
Previous episode.
Yeah, you go with a professional investigator, and he takes you to this changing room, and he sits everybody down in different cubicles, and then he starts talking to the little girl, and he puts some toys down and like a bowl and something, and in this EVP he asked, I put my recorder on the floor to record everything, and he was asking the little girl, well, you hear it in the EVP, like, do you like this color better than the one I brought last time? And you'll hear in the middle kind of the audio cut a little, because the thing is he likes to ask questions and leave like a whole minute for the spirit to answer. So I chopped it down so it won't be so long, so we don't hear her sit here for a minute. But anyways, you'll hear him ask a question, then the audio cuts a little bit in the middle, and it goes to where you hear the spirit answer, and you hear the spirit of the little girl answer. Right. Like right when he starts to talk, you'll see it right now. But let's go ahead and play that EVP right now.
Okay.
Do you like it better than the red light that I used to shine down there? Okay, about 40 seconds ago, I heard a male voice say something.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one, you like that one, right?
Yeah, it's
yeah, you hear it sounds like a child. I don't know if it's a spirit of Jackie. I mean, it could be any other spirit.
Yeah.
But you hear it sounds like a child, and you hear the spirit answer no.
Right.
But in a child voice, and it even sounds kind of antique-y. It doesn't sound like the way a kid would answer now.
Right. It's that from back then, how they would speak or reply.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you said there was a long pause before she answered. Well,
the thing is,
given.
Yes, when you do EVPs, they recommend for you to ask questions and leave at least a minute of just you stay quiet and you see if you capture something. And you know what, I should follow those rules more, because I'm very impatient, and I kind of I'll ask and like for 10 seconds and then ask another question.
Right.
And then the problem with that is that you could get answers that overlap. It could be an answer to a question you asked way before. So
that's pretty fascinating. That delay.
That you have to leave that little space. But yeah, that's a really good one too. That's one of my favorites from the Queen Mary. It seems like we had a little glitch problem right now.
We're gonna cut this out.
Yeah, we had a little audio problem. But yeah, so how we were saying about the Queen Mary. I do want to thank you know, the guy Lex Wall, the guy that gave me sent me that recording back. You know, the one I had sent it to 2 years ago, and he ended up. I'm surprised he even watched the video. I didn't think he was gonna watch it. You know, especially with all the stuff he's so busy.
No, but yeah, we appreciate that he took the time to find those, and it's great that he sent them over to us.
Yeah. I'm glad he contacted me.
Thank you.
But you could watch. Well, actually, the podcast you listen to, right? Mm-hmm. You could listen to his podcast. It's Anything Ghost, the Anything Ghost Show, and it's really cool. He does all his own music. The way he tells the stories, because what he does, he tells stories of his listeners, and he'll do it, you know, with sound effects and everything, with a creepy voice and stuff.
It's really good production.
Yeah. Well, he's been doing it for a long time, so he's very, very experienced. So we do want to thank him, and we'll probably put we're gonna put his
information on the description.
Yeah, we'll put
probably a link in the break and at the end.
Yeah, remember, it's Anything Ghost Show. And you could also follow him on Facebook. He does have a Facebook page, the Anything Ghost, and even Instagram, I think.
Yeah, we're very grateful to him to send those files over.
So a shout out to Lex Wall. And I think we're going to take a break now.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Yeah, we're going to take a little break right now and, you know, try to find out what happened with the audio. Make sure it doesn't happen on the second part of this.
And
episode.
When we come back, we'll talk about Angel's Gate, some of the things that we went through again, and a little bit more, and so show you some pictures and some video.
Yeah, we have some footage that we did capture at Angel's Gate, so we'll talk a little bit about that. You know, because we're still upset about the Fort MacArthur.
Very.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So, I guess for the second part, we're gonna start off talking a little bit about Angel's Gate, right?
A little bit about Angel's Gates.
Because we did capture some footage, a little bit of footage there, so you guys could see that we weren't lying, that we actually did go. You know, we tried.
We were psyched about it. I was ready with my cameras. I had my infrared GoPro that I just modified so it can record in the dark, and I just ordered my infrared lights, and I had all this stuff ready to go, and I was disappointed.
I even took glow sticks. I took glow sticks so that they have this tunnel that we're probably gonna use for the thumbnail. But there's this tunnel where I took a picture a long time ago when I went, and you see these these pipes that go across the wall that were like talking pipes, where I guess they would, from one end somebody would say something and they travel all the way to like some other part, and you could hear the person there. But so we're gonna show a little bit of the footage from Angel's Gate right now as we speak. But the footage you're watching right now, that's the same spot where I had captured that EVP that I showed on the last episode. It was the last episode, right? Episode 4.
Yeah.
Where you hear the little girl answer, "Good at what?" When I had asked, you know, "Are you good?" So we did do a few EVPs there, and we had the EMF reader,
and went little bunkers.
Yeah. We didn't capture any EVPs this time, but the EMF reader was going crazy. The numbers on it were just jumping all over the place, and it all happened during the time, like when we were asking. Every time I would ask a question, you would see the numbers changing, and then it would just go back to 0. And then I would ask another question, the same thing, just crazy numbers, 0. And then once we ended it, it just stayed at 0.
Yeah.
It didn't, you know.
That's when I approached you and I started talking to you, and it was just not moving at all.
Yeah, but I think in one of the parts it did show where it was moving a little bit.
Just a tiny bit, but that was towards the end, though, right?
Towards the end, yeah. So, I mean, we no EVPs, but you know, something is something. And I was telling Carlos, next time I'm gonna be either recording with my phone at the same time, like the EMF reader, so you guys could see what we're talking about. Because we didn't record it. And Carlos was saying that maybe put what is it called?
We could put a little GoPro or a little mount on there so we can record what's going on.
Yeah, like a camera that's always like facing it, right?
Yeah, we can always show you guys at home what we're looking at, what we're experiencing while we're recording the EVP.
Yeah. So we were also thinking of doing an episode. I mean, let us know what you guys think on the comments. You know, because we don't get very many comments on the YouTube videos. you guys could comment to see if what would you guys like to see. I know you guys want more footage out like on the field, and we tried but we failed this time. But what other things would you guys want us to
right.
do on the show?
If you have any great ideas, just send them over. You can even message us on Gmail.
On our Gmail, that will be here. On the link will be there too, or on the our Facebook page. But yeah, so unfortunately, no Fort MacArthur.
No Fort MacArthur this
time.
No Fort MacArthur.
Yeah. So. But we did want to tell you guys that next week's episode, we are going to be doing people's ghost stories. I have actually 3 people lined up that are they're gonna call me, and we're gonna record them telling their stories. So I think that's gonna be interesting. Just having the people.
And these are their experiences, and they're gonna do it as a short story, or.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of them have more than one experience, but we're gonna do like one experience, and probably we'll show some pictures or some sound effects in there, or something to keep it interesting. Yeah, and I mean it makes it easier for us, that way we don't have to talk.
Yeah, we're gonna up our production value by adding some sound effects over the stories and so forth. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
it's gonna be real fun.
Yeah, I think that it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different.
Definitely.
But yeah, so you know what? There was another thing I wanted to talk about, and this was I got some information about the Jackie Hernandez case. The San Pedro haunting, which was our first episode, which was a kind of success. I think it was a kind of a success because people are still watching it.
Right.
But
it's a popular subject.
The San Pedro haunting. So I heard from a friend that actually lives in the building where Jackie, when she moved back to San Pedro, she had moved to 7th Street. And we have a friend of the family that lives in that building. And she actually watched the episode, and she contacted us, she contacted my wife to tell her that they still have stuff happen there. They still have activity.
Wow. In
that building, where especially that the unit where Jackie Hernandez was staying. That they'll have even just something as simple as the number on the door. That the number will keep on flipping upside down. That they'll fix it over and over, and it just keeps
falling and just
keeps falling,
swinging.
And not only that, but they've seen actual spirit of a little boy like running through the halls,
really?
And jumping out a window or something like
really?
that. So that's.
Ooh.
I would love to do
like a suicide.
An investigation there.
That'd be nice. EVPs, recordings at night.
Leave a camera there, a night vision camera recording through the night. That would be interesting. But so we found that out about the Jackie Hernandez case. And you know what? San Pedro. Now that we started doing the YouTube channel, now more people that we know approach us to tell us that about their houses that hauntings. I had a person here at there's a Vaughn's on Gaffey Street on 12th and 13th Street, and I actually had one of the workers, like, she's like, hey, so you're into the paranormal stuff. Yeah. And so I approached her and I was like, why do you what's happened here? Is Vaughn's haunted? But she said that they've seen an old lady, like in the back, one of the back rooms or something.
So yeah, in Vaughn's.
At Vaughn's, okay. Old lady and a kid, I don't know if it was a kid, but a small person. But for you guys, for the people that don't know, I don't know if you know, Vaughn's used to be San Pedro High School.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's even pictures that you could find online. And man, I wish we had a picture to insert right here.
No way.
But that whole from 12th to 13th Street, where Vaughn's is at, that whole parking structure and everything, that was San Pedro High School.
Wow. So it was built on the parking structure, parking area. It was a different building altogether.
Yeah, it was a whole different building.
Okay.
But yeah, if you go online, you'll see the original school.
Oh wow.
So that's pretty crazy. So I mean, that spirit might not even be of someone that worked at Vaughn's. It could be from when it used to be a school.
It just latched onto those grounds.
Yeah, but we have a lot of stuff here in San Pedro. Even the school we went to when we were kids.
Oh, Barton Hill.
Barton Hill.
Barton Hill.
Barton Hill is known to have a lot of the staff there has we've heard stories from them. Mm-hmm. Even the well, you know what? I don't want to say any names because I haven't.
Yeah, of course.
They told me this a while back, mm-hmm. but they had a situation where like some people got trapped in a room and they were trying to. They were in a room and the door handles were shaking and they would check and there's nobody there, mm-hmm. or even like they would hear voices like in the hallways when the school's already like the kids are gone, and they'll hear like voices or somebody running back and forth in the halls.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have a lot of stuff here in San Pedro that.
It'd be nice to go there one day at night.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Nah,
if we're gonna get into Fort MacArthur, we're not gonna get into no school.
Not to a public school.
Yeah, but
they do have underground tunnels there, don't they, at Barton Hill?
Well, you know what, San Pedro is known to have a lot of underground tunnels,
right?
Because there's I guess during the time when is it when you couldn't have alcohol and
Prohibition.
stuff. Prohibition. Mm-hmm. So what they would do, they would have tunnels run from one house to a house across the street. And all these tunnels, like now they I guess they sealed them. They covered them with cement and stuff. So mm-hmm. Who knows? I mean, who knows what's down there? Mm-hmm. Especially in times like that when there's a lot of corruption and illegal stuff going on.
Yeah, the bootleggers. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if they would kill people and throw them down there and just just cover it up.
Yeah.
But we have the tunnels. We have at Fort MacArthur, by Fort MacArthur. I don't know if you remember this, but back in the 90s, I want to say, and even after that, they had a thing where they would find, I don't know if you heard about this, mm-hmm. but they would find like chicken heads and goats that supposedly like devil worshippers would go down there by the coast.
Right.
And they would, sacrifice animals.
I remember people talking about that Friendship Park up there. On the hill. That's
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And Friendship Park was another place too where I don't know if you heard this too, when people would go up there, they would say like if you walked all the way up to the top of the hill, mm-hmm. you would hear like a kid crying. So I don't know if that's true. I never heard it personally, but I heard that from a few people.
Well, let's go find out.
We could do that. Yeah. That would be a good spot. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's crazy. The history here is crazy.
Mm-hmm. We have the battleships too.
Battleships.
We can do that.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. What's the name of the battleship that's here in
the Lane Victory or so we have that one, the Iowa, right?
The Iowa. Yeah, mm-hmm. That's right. And you know what I heard? I was talking to someone today earlier, and they were telling me that supposedly the museum down at the port. What's that museum called? That big one.
The Maritime.
Mm-hmm. Maritime. That used to be. They used to use it as like a almost like a hospital.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Well, that used to be a ferry. A ferry boat used to be there, right? That's the one you're talking about on 6th Street?
A ferry boat?
Is that the museum you're talking about?
Yeah, it's like a long museum, and they have even outside some of the cannons.
Right, yeah. That's the one at the end of 6th Street.
Yeah. That's the. You just go straight into the museum, and then it turns.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah. The reason why it was there is because people would take their cars, go into that little area, and they'll get into a ferry boat that'll take them across the channel to the other side where there was a sister station, and they would get onto Terminal Island. Oh, that's crazy. And that was before the Vincent Thomas Bridge was there.
Oh, okay.
That's how I used to get from one point to the other point back then.
Yeah, but that's what somebody told me. Yeah. So I'm not sure if that's true. But if anybody knows anything on on any of the subjects we're talking about right now, like any of the properties, right. And if you have some information, you can share it with us. But I think we're gonna be done for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that should do it. But anyways, guys, do the whole YouTube thing as always. I sound like a broken record every episode. Subscribe,
hit that bell,
share, like, follow us on Facebook, email us on our email address that we'll put a link to. If you have a ghost story.
Yeah, definitely.
And so hopefully you guys are still enjoying the show. We enjoyed doing these episodes.
Yes.
It's fun to hang out and talk about these things. But yeah, guys, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks.